Well, welcome back to Gardener's Cottage here in Blakeney on the North Norfolk coast. It's middle to late July, and at long last we've got some sunshine here in Blakeney, which is really starting to bring this garden alive. And we're into the hollyhock season here in Blakeney, and there are some very nice examples coming up under these pine trees and in this little garden here for guests to enjoy during their stay in Blakeney. This whole little area of garden under these pine trees has really surprised us this year. It was in really deep shade for 5 or 6 years due to a heavy canopy of ivy going up these pine trees, which has been cut right back. You can just see the remnants of a shroud going up that pine tree at the back there that's yet to be cleared. But on the floor, which was previously in deep shade, we have this year got an absolute mass of wildflower coming up. Seed that's been sitting here just waiting for some light and some water to hit it, and this year it's really come alive with those hollyhocks, this little feverfew. We've got bigger oxeye daisy in the back there that's just about finished, some sweet campion, white campion there, valerian, crocosmia that's been planted there for years doing nothing. It's just come back. This lovely little wild daisy, it's like a button, beautiful little thing, all just self-seeded. Then with some flowering dead nettle, more hollyhocks and more feverfew at the back, overgrowing along the fence which was newly put in, and the log store behind that is actually an oil tank. Russian vine just loving this moist weather we've been having this year. Let's take you around into the back garden and show you what else we've got flowering here for guests to enjoy. On the front of the drive, these lovely sweet scented honeysuckles are really flowering away fantastically this year, underplanted with yellow loosestrife, more valerian just on the end there, but the star performer, now that the roses are just coming to the end, the rambling rector, which is just above here, now just needs a little tidying up and deadheading. But this honeysuckle, the scent from it, with this long planting as it wheedles its way up into the crab apple on the front, is heady along here. It's absolutely fantastic. And then if we just come back into the back garden here, already in July we've got these Japanese anemones flowering away. They love it in this sunny position. Got their feet down into the gravel, grow to about 3 or 4 feet here and flower now until first frost really. Buddleias fully out. Lavatera really flowering nicely. And then on the courtyard at the back of the house, more hollyhocks, figs. We've got more crocosmia there and more buddleia around the back. Let's go and have a look. Yet to have too much flower off these roses that we planted in this little border end of last summer. We've got a bit of growing to do. It's been a good year for them with the rain that we've been having. The oxeyas we've allowed to come into the cyclamen borders here just under this tree. They're doing quite nicely. And then on the southern aspect of the house we've got this thick dats planting with the loosestrife, old man's beard that's starting to come up, and it's going to flower quite nicely in a couple of weeks' time. But right now it's all about the hollyhocks. She's doing so well here. We're about to get a burst from the agapanthus. The early roses have just about had their flush. They've been deadheaded and should come back later in August for a second flush. But it's all looking very lush, green, and rather nice in this beautiful Blakeney sunshine that we're getting here today.